Have you ever loved someone without knowing who they really were? I did. And it was the biggest mistake of my life. My name is Tiago, and I will tell you how I fell in love with Helena, a mysterious woman who, without me knowing, hid secrets so macabre that they turned my life into a true nightmare. I met Helena in a bar on a cold winter night. She was alone, with a distant look, and seemed different from everyone else. Her smile was captivating, and there was something in her voice that attracted me like a magnet. We talked for hours, and I was fascinated. We went out several times after that day, and with each encounter, I became more infatuated. But I had no idea what was coming. Over time, I noticed Helena had strange habits. She always left home late at night and returned at dawn, never explaining where she had been. When I asked, she would smile enigmatically and change the subject. I decided not to press her, thinking she needed time to open up, but my curiosity grew. I felt there was something dark hidden in her silence. One night, unable to sleep, I decided to follow her. Helena left the house dressed provocatively, and I followed her through the deserted streets to a dimly lit alley. There, I saw her talking to strange men who seemed to know her very well. That's when I realized she was a prostitute. I was shocked, not knowing how to react. Part of me wanted to confront her, but another part wanted to understand what led her to this. That same night, Helena disappeared into the alley. I watched from a distance, unsure of what to do. Minutes later, I heard a soft chant, almost a whisper. It seemed to come from all directions. Temperature dropped suddenly, and a feeling of dread took hold of me. I decided to head back home. The shadow passed by me, fast as the wind, and I swear I saw Helena looking directly into my eyes, with a sinister smile. The next day, I tried to pretend nothing had happened, but Helena knew I had followed her. She showed up at my house as if nothing had happened and began laughing in a strange way. When I asked where she had been the night before, she replied in a cold tone, "Some things are better left in the dark, Tiago." Fear overwhelmed me, but I continued to love her, as if trapped in her web. Weeks passed, and I started to notice that something was wrong with me. I felt a strange presence around me, and at night, I heard footsteps in the hallway. Once, I woke up feeling like someone was lying next to me. When I turned on the light, no one was there. Helena, on the other hand, seemed increasingly happy, as if she knew she was slowly dominating me. I decided to confront her once more, and this time, she didn't try to hide it. She looked at me with cold eyes and said, "Do you think you followed me by chance, Tiago? Everything is part of a greater plan." I was paralyzed by those words, and she began speaking in a language I didn't understand. The air around me seemed to become thick, and my whole body grew heavy. I couldn't move. With effort, I managed to pull away from her, but Helena just smiled and left my house as if nothing had happened. Since then, my life has been a living hell. I feel her presence all the time, as if she's watching me. People started to disappear in my neighborhood, and all of them had one thing in common. They had come into contact with me or Helena in some way. One day, while searching her room, I found an old book with torn pages and symbols I had never seen. There were notes about rituals, sacrifices, and spells. My heart raced. Helena was a witch, and I was trapped in a curse I didn't understand. From that moment on, I began to fear for my life. The situation worsened. One day, I found a strange symbol carved on my door, and since then, my health began to deteriorate. Every day, I felt as if my energy was being drained by some invisible force. I tried to seek help, but no one seemed to believe me. And each time I tried to confront Helena, she would disappear for days, always returning with an even more sinister smile. Today, I live in constant fear. I don't know how far this will go, but I feel like I'm running out of time. Every night, I hear her voice whispering my name, and every time I close my eyes, I see her face smiling in the dark. I'm sure something terrible is about to happen, and I just wish, somehow, this curse would end. If this story captivated you, don't forget to subscribe to the Disturbing Stories channel, leave your like, and share it with those who also love mysteries and horror. Be careful who you fall in love with, because some secrets can be fatal.